Good evening, everybody. How's everybody doing this fine Thursday evening? Well, it's not so fine here in Donegal. It's blowing a right hoolie outside. I wouldn't be surprised if my power goes off and I disappear. Yeah, it's really rough out there. A lot of hail, blustery showers, Christmas lights outside keep being blown away. So if I disappear, that's what's happened. The power's gone out. Hi to anybody who's watching this on playback. Hope you're all keeping well. Just trying some new camera angles tonight. Just let me know what you think. Right, let's get some trains rolling. So same as last week, same trains running, nothing terribly exciting. A couple of formations that would get some people's knickers in a twist. And let's have a look at the chat, see who's in tonight. Wolfsack Scenic BW, good evening, sir. How you doing? And Brian's in as well. All the visitors gone now, Brian? Oh, he's got his flu and COVID jabs as well. Ooh. Leslie Gilpin Railways, how are you doing? Hi guys, and Mark, just watching through another YouTube masterpiece, and I'll be joining the chat. Okay, Leslie. Dara's Locomotive Shed, good evening, Dara. How you doing? Smallwood Junction, how you doing, sir? Alan White, good evening. Hot Dog Pilot, Andy's in the house. How you doing, Andy? Tom Houston Monorail, good evening. Joshua W56 Gaming, good evening, Joshua. RGJ Trange, good evening, Robin Grace. Hope you're keeping well, guys. I don't know if the storm's going to affect you guys in North Wales. We're under a yellow weather warning at the moment, and tomorrow night we have an orange weather warning. It's already pretty rough out there. Well, there you go, copping it here on the coast as well. Yeah, it's not. It won't be a night for getting the ferry across to Dublin anyway. Joshua's exhausted. He's been moving furniture. Flymo Chairman One's in the house. Good evening, Flymo. Yeah, usually if the lights do go out, Flymo, they don't stay off as they used to, as long as they used to, unless there's a major outage. But yeah, they usually go off for a couple of hours and back on again. I tried Counting River once, but I fell asleep. So what's everyone been up to? You might have noticed I put an extra video out this week on the show I was at in Bangor. It was a lovely little show. They did say to me it was going to be smaller than their usual show, but to be honest, there was quite a bit there. I was only expecting one room, but they had two rooms. And then if you've watched the video, you've seen they had a whole room dedicated to all these lovely ladies in making lace. So I got a lesson on how lace is produced. So that was quite interesting. So I like about a lot of the train shows, especially in the north of Ireland, they have all these extra things on them as well. Like you had lace making there. Some of the other ones, they incorporate all other hobbies as well, which go along with model railways. So it's always good. Yeah, so the lace making was a treat to see. Yeah, they said, "Oh, there's a lace making demonstration. Oh, there's gonna be one or two people up there." I walked in, there was a whole room full of women all there, and I was watching them do it, and I was like, "How do they know?" Because they've all these pins in and all these bobbins, and I was just like, "Oh." As well as that, they had at the show as well. You would have seen some of the layouts. About 4 or 5 layouts there by junior members. And it was great to see them doing that. And they had a table full of the wooden train sets of Brio stuff that you could make up. And there was a couple of kids there who had layouts made up of Brio, of the wooden train set, which I thought was great. Oh, Simon Trains Motor Showcase is here. Good evening, Simon. How are you doing? Moneybrook Junctions has popped in. Good evening. Hope you're keeping well. Oh, why is that stopped? That's a bad sign. That's got to stay alive in it. That stopped. Yeah. So a video that will be out this weekend will be just on me getting the layouts in the museum ready for Christmas. It's just giving them a clean and adding the Thomas the Tank and the Coca-Cola trains onto the layouts. My Christmas layout is now in the museum, so that'll be there for the Santa weekends. Probably won't be too many other videos from me now until the new year, because obviously Christmas is coming, fast approaching. Lots to do with the family and everything here, so I'm going to be quite busy with that. Might be able to steal a couple of days over Christmas to do a bit of work on this. Now I've finally got everything else cleared out from here. Oh, Trevor Vale's popped in. Hi, Trevor. How you doing? And that stopped again. Did any of the lace ladies do a train pattern? No. Well, David Bell's in. Hi, David. How you doing? Hermitage Road. Good evening, sir. How you doing? Tonight I'm just drinking water. I'm trying to have a bit of a detox. Too much sugar and caffeine going through my veins. Now, the A-class there is to stay alive in it. So if there's any issues with the track, it should go through it, but it's stopped twice there now. So that's not good. Oh, and that stopped as well. Oh, Digger's in the house. How you doing, Digger? Chris Valley 56. Good evening, Chris. How you doing? Big question to ask. How was the sofa after those late night purchases? I didn't actually buy anything in the end. I stopped myself. Dangerous. A couple of Baileys on the internet. I was looking at some stuff because I've been looking at those things for a while and I'd be like, oh, should I? But I did buy myself an early Christmas present. I got myself a new camera. It's currently over on the computer desk. I've been trying to figure out. It's the Osmo Pocket 3. So I'm going to be using that alongside the Sony I use as well. So don't forget to hit that like button for me. And if you've got any questions, pop them into the chat. Let me just make sure I have seen all messages. Excuse me. Still got a bit of a cough and stuffy head, but it's slowly going. John O'Donoghue. Good evening, John. How you doing? Anybody tried the Baileys with chocolate? No, well, I do like having a hot chocolate with some Baileys in it. That's nice. Or coffee with the Baileys in it. Tempted to try cornflakes with Baileys, but you know. Don't forget, Jason will be on after me. The stream will divert you over there once I finish up. I'm not sure what Jason's got planned for this evening. Yeah, none of the trains want to run tonight. I'm going to have to get my old track rubber out and just give those bits a little clean, I think. Let's see if I can dig it out. Don't mind me just rummaging around on the layout trying to find my track rubber, because of course I chucked everything into a box to take to Bangor with me in case I needed it, and I didn't actually need any of it. The layout ran faultlessly all day long. It's great, this Gauge Master rubber, the pink one. It's just the right softness for the rails. Oh, Jason's not on tonight. Let me just go back to where I was. So your late night purchase, I just bought 4 packs of N-gauge insulated rail joiners. I don't model N scale. Oh dear. Mark, your cooking channel must be attracting advertisers. Just seen a pizza oven advert. Well, that's something I meant to ask. This is my channel members now. When you see the videos early, do you get ads in them? Because you shouldn't do. Hi Valerie, how's it going? Yeah, I thought the Bangor show was quite good. I quite enjoyed it. Yeah, David, I got the 37 going again. I think there was just a little bit of dirt on that track. Seems to be going around now, okay? Yeah. Oh, Jason's cancelled for tonight. All right, then I'll have to take off the redirect because it'll be directing to nowhere. So that means I can stay on a bit longer then, guys, if I'm not boring you too much. Yeah, I thought you meant the chocolate version, Andy, because they do a chocolate version, caramel version, which I've had, which wasn't great. Yeah, I wouldn't mind trying the chocolate one just to try it. Brian, Finnish Centre Model Railway. Good evening, sir. How are you doing? Turco Railways, Elizabeth, how are you doing? How's all in South Africa? Midsummer Railway N-Scale, good evening. Welcome to the stream. It's good to have some new names in here. I use ad blocker, sorry. Okay. Do you mean it was a banger of a show? Yes. Yeah, I actually pay for YouTube as well. And to be honest, I wouldn't go back. It's because I know you can get ad blockers and all that, but they don't always work. And it's so great watching YouTube without ads. Although they have recently put the price up quite a bit. It was $17.99 a month, and now it's gone up to I think $25.99 a month. So it's quite an increase. But that's for a family plan, so that's six people can watch it. And don't bother paying for YouTube, as I want everyone to see adverts. I'm shattered. The dog is driving me nuts. I love those intercity coaches. Yes, I've had that rake now. I bought the rake secondhand from Lord and Butler in Cardiff. Oh, a couple of years ago now. I picked up 8 coaches for just under 100 quid, which I didn't think was too bad for. And it's like the full rake. You've got the 2 first class, you've got the buffet car, and then the rest is the second class. Jobbers Crunchum Hall, good evening. How are you doing? Glad you enjoyed the Bang Show. Where's your Thomas stuff? Most of the Thomas stuff is actually in the railway, in the museum. I've got a big G-scale Christmas Thomas with a Santa hat. That's in there. Of course, I got my Coca-Cola trains in there. I do have actually some Thomas stuff that is DCC chipped. Maybe I might get the Thomas stuff out for next week. We'll have a Thomas running session, just seeing us coming up to Christmas. Yes, the sticker says, did everyone hit the thumbs up? Don't forget to hit that for me. The premiums, I listen to YouTube audio stuff and work. Yeah, that's the great thing about having the YouTube Premium is you can close your screen and listen to stuff, and you can have all the playlists and everything on YouTube Music as well. Oh, there's the train set shop. Don't forget to have a look at that and maybe find something on there and send a link to your loved ones as a hint for Christmas. I'm after Gordon's tender. Are you now? Gordon's tender what? Not a true exhibition without a Thomas anyway. There was a couple of Thomases at the show. Like there was a Thomas layout. I think at the time I filmed it had Henry and Percy going around, I think, but there was a Thomas there. And there was another layout that had Thomas going around as well. Has anyone compared the new Bachmann N-gauge Thomas with the old Thomas one? You have a Gordon, but is that the Hornby Gordon, Brian? If it is, I will have that off you as it is, because I do actually have a Gordon tender, but the Hornby, the engine part, I forget what's wrong with it, but it something broke on it and I couldn't fix it. So if you've just got the engine part, I'll get that off you. Lintree Town Trains, Lyndon. I can't remember whether I said hello to you, but hello again if I didn't. Yeah. I got this for, I think someone put it in my stocking for Christmas last year. Let's see if there's some questions in here we can ask. See if anybody got the answer. Most of them are sort of word searches and that sort of thing. Oh, we could do the crossword. 3 across, 5 letters. It enables traction to the rails. Make me an offer. I hate it when people make me an offer, say that. I don't know whether I'm going to insult them or... Well, what they say when you make someone an offer, you should feel embarrassed or feel they'll be insulted. But to be honest, Brian, I'm going to take it off your hand, so maybe you should pay me. How about that? Excuse me. Yeah, your comments are coming up, Valerie. Well, I can see them. I don't know what's been going on, but I know the comments on YouTube I've been playing up for the past couple of weeks. Various people have been having issues with their comments. Yeah, I was going to dig out because yes, I have all my Thomas stuff. So we have Emily, and that is Henry, isn't it? No, it's Edward. Henry's the green one. I've got the circus trucks. I'm just trying to find my Gordon to see what was the problem with it. There's the tender. No. Yes, it is in several bits. I can't even find the... In fact, I think I cannibalized the engine for bits to make other ones go, I think, because it was that there was something snapped off on the actual body that it couldn't work as far as I remember. Oh no, here it is. Yeah, that's it. The sprockets off the wheels had broken. So, yeah, seriously, Brian, let me know how much you want for it, and we'll sort something out. Because then I'll have a working Gordon again. And I know exactly who I can give it to for Christmas. It can be a pain to take, yeah. Yeah, so like if you're trying to get my attention, sometimes the chat goes that quick that I might miss it. I had so many people getting the engines wrong on Saturday at the Bangor show. It drove me mad. Problem with Gordon, apart from he thinks he's better than everyone. Park him in a tunnel. No, which was it, Gordon? No, it was, which one was parked in the tunnel? And I think they've actually taken that episode. They don't show that episode anymore because they're thinking that's actually a bit horrific that you just, somebody, the engine was naughty, so you just bricked them up. Oh, excuse me. This current layout is 12 foot that way, 7 foot that way. So we've got 4 by 2.5 section, 3 of them, the same down that side. And then we've got a 2 by 2.5 section either end. As you can see, it's built on several levels. It looks a bit higgledy-piggledy at the moment, but once I start pulling, you can see, I don't know if you can see here how this slopes up and back down again, and this sort of slopes up to join it. I'm hoping once the scenery's in place, it should look quite effective that they're sort of disappearing into each other. This is the line going down to the lower level, so some of that's going to be visible, and some of it's not. We'll just see as I progress with the build on it, which, you know, come the new year now, I should be able to crack on with a good bit of it. What I want to try and get done over the Christmas is get the cuts done in the track and the wiring, so that's all done. And then really it's then hammer on with the scenery. I don't know how people can get Henry. Well, they're both the same color, aren't they? So that's, people see a green engine and go, oh, that's Percy. Henry is the green one, isn't it? Yeah. Edward's blue, Gordon's blue, James is red. Oh, Brian's contacted me. We made a hardier stuff back in the day, not showing Henry being bricked up indeed. Yeah, well, it's only 12 by 7. It's obviously because I only have the one layout in here instead of 3, that all the cameras are now on this one. So, actually, my missus came in the other day. So this is quite a big room and it isn't full of layouts. I was like, yeah, it is. We got this. Let me just show you on there. We're into December now, so you can see the Christmas lights. We've got that tree, it's a 3-meter high light thing in the window. And I've built a little baseboard for it to sit on, so I can. I'll be running around my Christmas tree, Christmas train around that. Oh, Graham Leamington Station's in. How you doing, sir? Moreland Motor Railway, Andy. A tad windy in the Peak District. It's a tad windy here in northwest Ireland in Donegal. My outside lights that I put up every year. This year I put all the inflatables on a separate circuit. So they're all switched off because they were just being blown around buggery. So I've just got the normal lights on outside, which I will do a video short on that and put it up for those that are interested. I do like Christmas. I do like putting lights up. I was wondering if this going to be the year that when I switched them on, it blew a fuse, but no. Anthony Dodge Model Train Outsider and the top moderator, Kyan. Good evening. How you doing, guys? He's decommissioned. Everyone's saying hello. We'll admit the 4th camera view is awesome. Is that the one looking down on the whole layout? Because that's actually on the mantelpiece. Here, I'll show you. So you can see there. It's huge. I got a 13. This is actually quite a big room. And some of you know the history of me moving house, and part of the deal was when we moved into this house, I could have half of this room. And I measured it and I took exactly half. Because it was a lot bigger than I thought. You said, and I said, you said I could have half. That was the deal. If we moved, because there's no attic. Well, there is an attic in this house, but it's tiny. You can't even stand up in it, so it's no good for building a layout. Maura, good evening. How you doing? Is it breezy with you down in Kerry? It's a tad windy here in Donegal. I'm waiting for the lights to start flickering. Yeah, you know what Graham Limited is on about? I was chatting to him earlier on about my new purchase, the DJI Osmo 3, Pocket Osmo 3, the new camera. So I was hoping I could put that on a truck and that would stream as it went around. But I was fiddling with it the last couple of days. Only got it on Tuesday, I think, and I haven't been able to get it to work. Should be able to work the same way as the GoPro because I got that working, but this isn't working. So there's obviously a little box somewhere I haven't ticked, or I've missed out a dot or something on part of the code or something. So I'll keep fiddling with it and see if I can get it working. So I thought that'd be quite good to, because it's narrow and it will fit on a long flatbed, have that going around in front of one of the trains. Thought you took it. I would love to take the entire room. Now, there's been some talk, I know I spoke about this before, of getting a shipping container. And if I get a shipping container, which obviously will be going outside, there's room to put a 40-foot shipping container down the side of the house, which I would board and insulate. And then that would become my layout. So you could have a layout roughly 40 foot long by 8 foot wide. So that would become my train room. Of course, it wouldn't be quite 40 foot, so I'd have to make room for a door and stuff. So probably about, I don't know, 35 to 37 foot long, which I think is a good size. Make it 2 levels. If I do that, I might, any of you who've seen Sparky 107's layout in his room where he's got it on 3 levels, I quite like doing something like that, but probably just on 2. So you'd have a helix going up and having them going around, because you know how we all have these ideas and then they get shot down to reality really quickly. It's like half is the railway room and half is the doghouse. Oh, Brian will be having his waffle on Saturday. Have you put it up yet, Brian? You can share the link if you already created the live stream. So what's on the other half? Well, the other half is a front room, but to be honest, this room is known as the train room. So it's become my space. So I've got a computer in the corner, which is my office. I've got a sofa in here. We actually got, I think we got this sofa. We didn't have a sofa in here when we first moved in, and it came up on like one of the free cycle sites, and we went and grabbed it. And it's one of the most, it doesn't look great, but it's one of the most comfy sofas I've ever sat on. It's really, you just sit in it and you think, oh yeah. Just had Jason's 30-minute prompt. Yes, exactly, Maura. It is the most important night of the year tomorrow. All my guys are keyed up for it. So tomorrow night is, anyone who's familiar with the Late Late Show, tomorrow is the Late Late Toy Show. It's one of those nights in Ireland where everybody's home watching the Late Late Show. It's the biggest viewed show, I think, every year on RTE. So that'll be starting at 9:30 tomorrow night. Most of the family is going to be back for that. Eldest daughter is away in London. She booked this weekend because usually they have the Late Late Toy Show on the last Friday in November. So she thought, I'll book it in December. I'll be safe then. But of course, we had our election here last Friday. So the toy show got moved till tomorrow night. So she's going to miss out on it. Yeah, but so we're under yellow at the moment and orange tomorrow. So the fact that they put us under orange warning like a day or two beforehand makes me think this is going to be particularly bad, because they're usually they'll throw out yellow warnings like nobody's business, but when it comes to orange, they'll be like, ooh. We'll see you in all the shows, and Mark, you better ship it anywhere. Yeah, I just need to get my HGV license, and oh, here comes Donegal Dad in his layout. Where can I park? Last month I saw 2 level houses made from 2 shipping containers and a caboose. Yeah, I've seen those shipping container houses. They look quite good. Oh, Dragon Junction Mark II's in. Hi, Alan. How you doing? I'm enjoying the opening of your advent calendar. Was it your daughter done that for you? It's quite amusing. Oh, you had problems with it, did you, Simon? Yeah, well, what I'm trying to do is stream, and it's got RMTP on it, so you should be able to stream it to OBS to then use that as a camera to go into StreamYard. Because I've done it, it's like I say, I've done it before with a GoPro, and it worked fine. The problem with the GoPro is when you put it on here, it's too big. You know, you can't get past other trains, and certainly when there's tunnels and stuff like this on it, it won't go through. Oh, Alan Reynolds is in. All the Allens are appearing now. Good evening, Alan Reynolds at Buckland Junction. How are you doing, sir? Yeah, enough room for a layout and a bit of workshop for maintenance, yeah. As it'd also become like a storage shed for my tools and everything. But if you have a layout that size, you got a load of shelf space underneath it. I say, and then if we move again, just get a lorry, pick it up, and off you go. I don't want to be in a pie. I don't like gravy. So what's everyone else been up to, modeling-wise? Anything on these darker, cooler winter evenings now? Oh, Anthony, I presume you, Andy would have told you about, we did end up in Railway Modeler from Worley. I'll just flick it up here in case people haven't seen. Let me just move this camera again, and there we are. You got Graham on the left there, myself, Anthony and Joyce, and then we have Andy, and then that's Pete Cheadle Heath, and then Christopher Shakura Denshaw. So, fame at last. Because Andy sent me the pictures, and I didn't realize I had this magazine, because I picked it up because there was a free Metcalf kit in it. So I thought, oh, I'll have that this month. And I left it was sitting there unopened for a couple of weeks, and Andy texted me and said, oh, we're in Railway Modeler. Oh, I think my chat has frozen again. I was doing this last week. Yeah, where did we get to? I'll also be in Bristol. She's going to watch it on Player and WhatsApp at the same time. Yeah, we've had a couple of hailstorms here. I've had to go out. Some of the light up deer and we have started wandering across the garden by themselves. So I had to go out and put extra pegs in to keep them in place. Oh, was your granddaughter, was Alan? All right. Rain in the afternoon was biblical, but cleared up before I could get the ark built. It's great. I'll put his shield up on his videos. Yeah. Yeah, I'm wondering how many dodgy clips Brian has for his show at the weekend. It seems to be me and RG Trains seem to end up in it every month. Although Grace is a bit more spectacular than me, setting fire to stuff and slip-ups with certain words and what have you. At least I only dropped my mic. Oh, you've ordered one of those track cleaning wagons from Charge. Yeah, they're really good, Flamer. They're a bit fiddly, take a while to get set up. But once you have them set for your layout, no problems. Just put the fluid in it, let it whiz around. Oh, Anthony saw it, yeah. Oh, Alan's been busy on his layout then, that's good. Oh, and he's been relaying some damaged track, painting figures and hooking. Yeah, it's December's issue. It's the one with the free Metcalf kit. The December edition. That one there. You see it? Yeah. Oh, battery keeps getting booted out. Hoovering the layer, not hooking. I was wondering, Andy, I didn't want to say anything. I thought, oh, okay. Is that how you're paying for your trains? No, Leslie's bought another loco. Ooh. Anything interesting, Leslie? I'm dropping the mic. Over 7 minutes, Martin. Yes, you're in it again. Now, unfortunately, I won't be able to see you live on. Well, hopefully, I might be able to tune in, but I have to drive to Dublin on Saturday because my son is off to a concert in the Three Arena, so I have to drive him down there, hang around, and bring him back up again. Because Lord knows if we had a train that people could catch to get up and down to Dublin, because you can't rely on the buses because they don't turn up half the time. Like last week, I had to go and pick up my daughter because the bus was cancelled. Andy Hot Dog is in it mostly. What did you think of our announcement yesterday? Yes, they announced in joint with Helgen, they're doing some of the tankers, shell tankers that were purchased by Irish Rail, modified for the Sligo tanker trains. So they're releasing 4 packs, so a total of 12 tankers. Each pack, I think, is 170 euros. I wouldn't mind getting them, but this close to Christmas, just can't afford it. Oh, Kieran J94 is in the house. How are you doing, Kieran? A Kato SD70 in BNSF first livery, which is relatively historic now. Oh. The Jones Goods 460s are in the country. It'll be over a month. So Trevor hasn't bought a locomotive for a month. The last locomotive I bought was at Worley, and it's actually sitting in the cabinet over there. It was supposed to be handed to the missus to be wrapped up for Christmas, but it's still in the cabinet. That is what's a bus. Dublin closed. We've taken the roads in. Excuse me. Yeah, I'm hoping if I can go down there early, I might go to the Model Railway Museum to see the Fry collection. And if I get a chance, I might video that. Because I haven't been there yet. Well, what did I miss there? Andy's going to be a TV star. What did I miss there? Where did the Sligo tanker train go? It went to Dublin, Simon. North Wall. Excuse me. So, Andy's got all the information here. The KR models bullied leaders have landed too. It's been 2 months since I bought a loco, says Anthony Dodge, but I bought an entire collection, so that's fair. Yeah. Blimey, I've now got 206 locos in units. Really? You don't have to pay for them now, is what they said. Hope to have them. Yeah, but even by February, that's only 2 months away to have money for that. The thing is, the worst thing is I've been saving up for this camera, and I've just spent all my money on that. So the piggy bank is empty. Entry time trains not bought a loco for over 20 years. Last one was a warship for 50 quid, brand new. I'll show you the preview. Ooh. I'm getting private viewings from Brian now. I didn't buy a loco at Worley, and I didn't buy anything from NEC either. If you saw me with bags, they were for free gifts. That's what we all say. And they have a face suited for radio. As I say, a face suited for radio and a voice for newspapers. Well, you're going to Scotland, are you, Graham? Oldest loco is 50 years old, and apart from growling a bit, it runs okay. Yeah, nice. Macarbo Studios, good evening. As he says, thumbs up. Do please make sure you're doing the old thumbs up for me. It all helps. And share the stream. And if you're new here, subscribe. And if you're lurking in the background, you're very welcome. And if you've got any questions, pop them into the chat. It was good to actually catch up with a good few of you up in Bangor, all those ones who came up and said hello. Of course, I can't remember anybody's names because I'm terrible with names. I have enough trouble remembering my own children's names. And Tom saying, nearly a month since he bought a loco. Proto 1000 F3A CN livery. Oh, Maura offloaded some. What was that swap meet like, Maura? Was there much there, model railway wise? Yeah, I won't be making the Glasgow show in February because we're putting on our own show in Donegal, which I need to put out information on. Or a voice for the silent movies. Nearly 40 locos in stock, not seen the light of day for over 20 years. Going to be episodes. Open the box. Going to be interested to see if they all still work. Yeah, that'll be interesting. Let's see how many puffs of blue smoke you get when you hook them up. But I would just check that they're free running and give them a light oil before you do any serious running on them. Any shows over in the UK planned for 2025? I have no plans yet to go over. I said the only one I wanted to go was the Glasgow show in February, but as it turns out now we're doing a show the exact same weekend, so I can't go over for that. I may go over for the Worley show again, which again clashes with Getz, I believe. It's going to be the same weekend again. But other than that, I have no plans. What I would like to do is I would like to take a few weeks. I've been trying to do this for the last few summers and it just hasn't worked out. Just take a few weeks in the summer, drive over with any of the kids that want to come with me, see where the shows are going to be on those weekends are going to be there, and go and visit those places and go and see some shows. Was it hard getting a passport? It was brilliant. Right, the value and bargains were superb. Majority was second-hand stuff, predominantly railway, but different hobbies as well. That's the problem. Like something like that I'd love to go to is the other end of the country, down in Cork. Oh, Brian will be at Worley. 156 Andrew, Shortbread Express. Good evening, Andrew. How you doing? All right, so we're definitely sure now Jason's not going on tonight. Because usually he sends me a message, but I didn't get one. Or I get the message just as I finish my stream, because I'll keep going to about 9 o'clock. Oh, I hope your gran gets well soon, Andrew. And then, yeah, I got a couple of boxes like that in the attic, put there when we knew we were expecting our youngest. He's shaving now. Yeah, those years don't be long going in. Like my boy is going to be 18 on Monday. Like, how did that happen? I don't have a passport, not since. Yeah. Only model show that's 100% planned because the hotel is booked is Alexandria Palace in March. Yeah. And that a couple of places have said, yeah, we've got this new legislation that's coming in for Northern Ireland because Northern Ireland's got this funny thing where it's got 1 foot in Europe and 1 foot out. It's part of the customs union, but not. So now there's this new regulation coming in with sending stuff to Northern Ireland, although I believe it doesn't apply to second-hand stuff. It only applies to new. So there's a lot of people now who are just saying, do you know what? I can't be bothered with the hassle of that and not sending it. So I may no longer be able to get stuff delivered into the north like I used to. I'm hoping the places like Rails and Kerno will still do it because obviously they probably have a sizable market in the north or whatever, but it's just going to be a pain because my local model shop, though it's very good, it doesn't do all the brands that I would use. So And like Warren is very good. If I want something and he can get it, he'll get it in for me. Crank her hip, she's fine. Oh, that's good. Good to hear that, Andrew. Yeah, I know someone in Bristol as well, Maura. So it could be a case of getting stuff shipped there and then getting a cheap Ryanair flight over every 6 months to pick stuff up. Unless someone buys it for you, then sells it to you, Mark, secondhand then. Yeah. Yeah, because it's something to do. Again, people are looking at this legislation, trying to figure out what exactly it means. But there's something about if it's over, because it's all to do with the EU, and it's got to have certain instructions and information on it to show that it's safe and not toxic and everything like that. If it's secondhand, obviously secondhand stuff doesn't have that, so it's exempt. But anything new has to have it. So I don't know. It's just the EU being bloody awkward because they're still annoyed that the UK left. Yeah. We don't get many swap meets here in Donegal. It's one up in Belfast every now and again and one in Dublin, but it's unless I know about it in advance and I can plan, because it's not just a hop in the car. It's, it's a couple of hours down the road. That's the one thing about going to Worley is there were so many secondhand traders there, and I picked up some great bargains and got some bits and pieces. But yeah, unfortunately, I don't get to go very often. Right, I think my mic's about to die, so I'm just going to swap mics a minute, guys. So just bear with me a second. I should be back with you guys. I managed to catch the mic before it died this time. Yeah, downside to Brexit. Yeah, a lot of eBay sellers are stopped mailing to the EU due to new labour regulations. If you fly over to collect in Bristol, does that mean Donegal Dad does smuggling? It's not smuggling. But the thing is, if I fly over from Belfast to Bristol, that's an internal flight. It's just totally bizarre now the way it's set up that Northern Ireland is part of the customs union, yet it's still part of the UK. And anyway, between Ireland and the UK, it's a common travel area. There's a load of agreements there that were set up way before the EU, that have been there for years. You've also got a load of legislation that's in there from the Good Friday Agreement, that if people start pulling that out, it could contradict all this EU stuff. So yeah, it's just, I don't know. I like the funny thing is here, if I go across the border to Asda, on all the shelves, it will say not for EU. So that means you're not to buy that stuff and take it across the border into the Republic. It's just ridiculous. And some of that stuff says not for the EU. It's actually made in the Republic. I just, it's just red tape. Just a reminder, Jason has cancelled his stream tonight. Yeah, I'm going to keep going to about 9 o'clock then, guys. You're not buying from the US and use online retailer for American stock. No real extra costs from the parcel companies. Yeah. Okay, Graham, he will be in the outtakes on Saturday. Yeah. Simonist tradition. Yeah, days back in the 90s when the customs were still up. It was always coming up to the border. Is the customs guys going to be out? Am I going to get my washing powder taken off me? If I want booze, I wouldn't buy it when in Scotland, 10 miles because of the extra tax. You guys heard Bachman released Rebecca. Oh, have they? Ooh. I think I did hear that because Rebecca is my missus' name, so that's an excuse to buy it. But look, it's got your name on it. I had to buy it. Because I have a Colas Class 47 that's called Rebecca. I wasn't amused. Don't take prisoner for. All right, I'm just going to crawl out from under my layout. I'm just going to cancel that redirect. If it probably won't redirect anyway if Jason has taken down the stream. So remember how to do this now. It's the live. Edit. Customization. There we go. Jason's stream is still there, is it? But he's not. Yeah. Well, I've taken the redirect off now, so it won't go over. Jason, give any reason? Is he not feeling well again? Or is it just he's just had to cancel? Yeah, he's still got it up, and it's saying there's 7 waiting. All right, so yeah, there's noticed everyone. Jason isn't going live tonight. He's just unfortunately had to cancel tonight, and he'll be back next Thursday. So that's unfortunate. I hope everything's all right with Jason. So, of course, I'm doing an extra half an hour now, and I've got nothing prepared. Not that I have much prepared anyway, as anybody who's watched my live streams will be able to tell you. So, any questions for me on layouts or electrics or anything like that? Anybody who need to know anything? Walk in front of the camera there. Go up on the big TV. Because I got it up on the big TV, I can look at it now and I can see how dusty from some of the camera views the layout is. That needs a good vacuum. But anybody who's wondering what the camera is that I've been on about, that is it there. The Osmo Pocket 3 from DJI. And I got the mic with it as well. So I might experiment with that over the weekend. Take it down to Dublin, so do some filming. Maybe hop on a dart. Someone found Jason actually running Shanker Locos. James Wally, how you doing, James? Good evening. Arrested for running LNER Locos with GWR cartridges. Wing it, Mark. That's what I do all the time, Brian. I'm constantly winging it. Do you have anything with HM7000? That's the new chips, isn't it? The Bluetooth chips, which is actually on the Intercity going around, which I couldn't get to work properly on the Bluetooth. I have to get a code from Hornby to reset it, which seems an absolute pain in the... Yeah, I did get the creator combo. There it is there. Andrew, thank you very much. Pass the shortbread around for everyone. That's something I actually do at Christmas, is we get a couple of things of shortbread. It's not something I do like shortbread, but it's something that we get in over Christmas, along with too many boxes of Heroes and Roses. How much is that, if I may ask? No, you may not ask, Leslie. But it's one of those things that it doesn't matter where you purchase it, it's the same price wherever you go. I couldn't find it any cheaper anywhere else. And for some reason, it was actually cheaper to buy it in Ireland in euros than it was in the UK, which is unusual for something like that. I'll let you know, Leslie. I don't want to say it out loud. I will be in trouble. Graham, let me say I'm working on a layout at the minute that has mega point system on it, and I've been speaking with Dave, but he isn't filling me with confidence as anyone else uses the system. Well, if Dave doesn't know how to use it, then I think I'm replacing my 3-way InstaFrog points with Electrofrog ones. Is it a straight swap, or do I need to fiddle with the wiring? The Electrofrog one has wires from the underside. Well, you need some way of switching the priority, whether you've got a, like I use the seat point motors with the switch. So you need some way of switching the priority on it, or else your trains will short when you go over it. And remember, because it's a 3-way point, you need 2 of them. Are you playing bingo or something there, Brian? I'll say I missed some question more put on. I need some single, yeah. You know, I'm famous for shortbread. Millionaire shortbread tonight, Andrew, yeah. Why do you cut the wires on the frog? Almost sounds like a Christmas cracker joke. Yes, no, but it's not cheap, Leslie, but I've heard good reports on it. It seems to be really good. And I wanted something small as well for getting in around layouts. And I've seen a few people use it, and they seem to get on all right with it. Hi, Raymond. How you doing? No notifications. I usually get notified about half an hour through my live stream to tell me I'm live. So, well, I hadn't noticed. Also, you got a micro. I didn't actually get a card for it because I thought I've got 2 or 3 of them at home still in the packets. Do you think I could find them? I can't find them anywhere, so I'm going to be, when I'm in Asda tomorrow, I'm going to get one in there. Yes, we're using relays of my points, including the throughway. If not, you may end up with straight short out. Yeah. The layout I'm working on has over 100 points on it. My God, Graham, what are you building? Like, I think, actually thinking about it, how many's on mine? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. I've got maybe when mine's done, I'll have about 30 points on it. I just got some breaking news. A tsunami warning has been issued following a 7 magnitude earthquake off the coast of Northern California. That's just popped up on my phone. If anybody's interested. Oh yes, insulated joiners too, you need that. Use insulated rail joiner on my DCC layout. Will that do the trick as it does with the InstaFrog ones? Chris, have you ever used Electrofrog points? Brian, does the switchblades change priority on the Electrofrog? Well, if you leave it as it is, then yes, it should. But to make the points more reliable, you cut some of the link wires and solder wires on. And if you're using a motor to power the point, whether that's a solenoid seep or a tortoise or something like that, you can get the one with the switch built into it. Graham's waiting for Christmas to be over. Like what I do with my points is I put, because I wire them separately, I put insulated joiners on all the rails. Your replacement cam door, I think that, and maybe a lavalier mic or 2 are priorities. Yeah, that's one of the first things I got when I started doing YouTube videos was a new mic, because that was one of the common things I was getting in my comments was the sound wasn't very good. I think I just did my keyboard a mischief. Oh, what have you done, Flymo? If you're ever buying outstairs, you can get fake with fake. Yeah, I would only buy them from the likes of Asda or somewhere like that, where you know you're getting the genuine ones. Because to be honest, they're reasonable price in Asda. You're not going to get them much cheaper anywhere else. Frog's legs, they are impressive when you apply electricity. 100 points could crave as a basketball game. Yeah, as Graham says, it does as long as you don't cut the wires underneath. Like I know I've got some SD cards here somewhere because they're brand new, still in the packaging. They haven't even been opened. But do you think I can find them? I've obviously put them somewhere safe, so I'd know where they are. Completely isolate my points and power the motor, so need to keep alive that one. Nalan has 52 points and counting. I was gifted a load of new Electrofrog points, never used them before. Right, okay. Okay, let me find an Electrofrog point and show you what I do with mine. Now I just have to find the box that I put them in. Oh, I think I've got one. Yes, I've got one here because this is the Duff one that doesn't work properly. So this is a Pico Electrofrog point. So what I'll do is we'll turn this into a teaching moment. If I make that, no, that's not the one I want. I want that one, like that. So I'll move this camera over. So this is your Electrofrog point. So this bit here is metal. Okay. On the bottom there, you have the frog wire that comes out, which is broken off this one. So I solder on a green wire to that, green for frog. You will see on here, on the points, there would be normally a wire across that gap. You can see there's a gap on the rail. So if that wire is there, when you flick the point blades, it would power the frog. But obviously, I snip those, and then I solder a wire on to power the point. So that powers the point. All the rails, as it should be, left and right rails. So then you would run your seat point motor or whatever switch you're using, whether it's a seat point motor, a tortoise. You can get a frog juicer, but I've been told they're not great at doing this because they don't switch over quick enough. So the frog wire would go into the switch along with a feed from your DCC bus. And then as you flick the point over, it flicks the switch to change this to either the positive or negative priority for this going out. And you can see there how it's got insulated rail joiners on there. I have done videos on this, Chris, that goes into more depth and might explain it better than that. But that's a quick overview of Electrofrogs. So if you don't have insulated rail joiners, it causes a short. If you don't have a way of switching the power in the frog, that's going to cause a short. So it all depends how you're... Now, what I'm going to be doing on here is I'm actually going to be using the seat point motors, but I'm going to be using this from DCC Concepts, which will switch the points, switch the priority. You can even run LEDs off it to put onto your fiddle yard signage and that, your control board, to show you which way it's going. So I've got this, which is going to be for this board here. So on this board, I got 7 points, and this will control 8. So that's a project for the new year. I hope that answers some of the questions and doesn't actually make it more Right, let me just see if there's any questions that come off that. So priority is relying on our switches. Yes, exactly, Brian. I want to say like hot round smash Tokyo. That's it. Move the gin. I wish it was gin. Oh, this chat is playing up tonight. On average, I pour wine or cider onto my keyboard once a year. Oh, Brian's saying he brought a load of locos, so hopefully he'll get an update done soon. Yeah, so as Graham says, it makes the point reliable, more reliable wiring it that way, because you're not relying on the contact point of the blades. So obviously that's a small contact point. You get a bit of paint or something in there, it's going to block it. A bit of dirt, it's not going to be great. This way, it doesn't matter. Those blades are kept live anyway, and the frog is controlled by the switch. So there's always going to be power to it. It just makes it far more reliable. Now you have Pico are replacing Electrofrog and Unifrog with, Electrofrog and Interfrog with Unifrog, which is basically the new points are going to be basically an Interfrog unless you want them to be Electrofrog. So you'd have to look to see which ones you've actually got. If they're older points, then they're going to be the Electrofrog ones. As they're updating their machinery, then they're changing out their machinery to produce the Unifrog points. But they just, especially wire them that, they make it far more reliable. I can't type to see. I'm playing the keyboard. Yeah, I'm glad I've gone for Electrofrogs now because they do make it so much more reliable. You know, it just it works so much better for trains going over points, and it means you can send them over the points relatively slowly because the whole thing's powered. Hope this frog don't curve 2 rounds. Yeah, the new frogs, the new points, the Unifrog points from Pico, you can either set them as Interfrog or convert them to Electrofrog. So they're the best of both worlds. They've reduced the size of the area controlled by the frog wire in Unifrog. Yeah, that's it. It's just the actual point of the frog as opposed to all the rails. Yeah, Simon, the king of the puns. And Leslie's saying his Kato track have been reliable finger operated. And Anthony's C-track points is just spiffy, digital or manual. Well, bully for you, Anthony. And I'm out of water. At least you're not as croaky tonight, Mark, with this subject. Oh, Andy. Oh, dear. So that was tonight's lesson, boys and girls. But as I say, I've done more in-depth videos on installing electrofrogs. From what I can tell, putting into yeah, it looks that way. Graham, you can take it on, Simon. Oh, Anthony's off back to grandparenting and babysitting. Okay, Anthony, take care. Bye, Kyan. Yeah, I'm going to be off shortly now anyway. So you got your 4-minute warning, guys. It's now 20:56. And I'm going to make sure I'm going to put that point back over where I left it, because this is the point that whatever is wrong with it doesn't work properly. So I don't end up putting it back in the layout somewhere. You're watching I do not watch. Do you know, I hardly watch any TV. Like, I'll be watching TV tomorrow night for the Late Late Toy Show. Other than that, I'm either watching stuff on YouTube, Netflix, Disney Plus, or I download TV series to watch. Good point. You put the point back in its place. There's no point in using that one. Oh dear, Andy, you're giving Simon a run for his money. Yeah, no, I don't watch much TV anymore. In fact, I'm not sure what the YouTube algorithm thinks of me, because obviously I watch my train stuff and everything on YouTube, but the young lad uses my account, so there's all sorts of stuff on there, like Waffle Doggy and nursery rhymes and all sorts of things on there. So YouTube doesn't know what to dish up. Oh, Alan's off as well. Go do some tippy tapping. So 2-minute warning now. I'm going to start bringing the stream to a close now. I do watch a lot. $388. I hope that's a year, Raymond, not a month. Need to take some pointers from a month. Does that include your internet, Raymond, with the cable? Well, that's one thing I noticed a couple of times being in the States, is internet is really expensive compared to what we pay over here. Anyway, I'm going to start saying goodnight now. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Make sure you hit the thumbs up on your way out. Subscribe if you're new here. Share the stream. All those things YouTubers say. I will be back next Thursday, hopefully. Video out this weekend on getting the layouts in the museum ready for Christmas, so you'll see a bit of them. The videos will be less frequent over the next couple of weeks, obviously, because we're coming into Christmas, but I'll still be here for the Thursday night live streams, all being well. So take care, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. I do really enjoy having you guys here on a Thursday evening, having the chat, chewing the cud. So take care, everyone. I'm going to do that awkward thing where I scroll across and hit the end stream button. So good night, everyone. Bye, everyone.